whilst I was asleep, this came and got fitted. So this is my new bin storage system. It is a lot bigger than I expected. It's quite wide, but it's fine. You can still walk past and everything. And then I'm going to paint it sort of this fence colour next summer. It has been miserable all day today, but it looks like it's finally brightening up just in time for a date night. So I am heading into town. We are going to Bella Italia for tea and then heading to the cinema to watch Black Adam. I haven't even seen the trailer for it, but I think it's like a Marvel type superhero thing. So hopefully it'll be a good night. I think I'm going to park at my friend's flat and walk along the canal, just because it's slightly before 5 o'clock, and before 5 o'clock the parking is really expensive. So that is the plan, I think. I think that date is kind of the end of that relationship. So I got there and tried to be early because I was like 15 minutes late last time. So I arrived 5 minutes early, which was perfect. And he told me he's always early. So I went to sit down, ordered a drink, and then texted him when he was like, it's 5 minutes late, just to say I'm at the table. And then he came like another 5 minutes later, so he was 10 minutes late. He said he didn't want a starter, which is fine. But I really wanted a starter, so I didn't get a starter. My food came. We went to Bella Italia, by the way. I haven't been to Bella Italia for ages and ages. If ever, I can't remember ever going, but I definitely won't be going back. So my pizza came, it was cold, it was burnt, it had too much tomato sauce, and it had hardly any cheese. So yeah, I wasn't very impressed. And then he literally finished his meal in like 5 minutes, and so he literally just stared at me eating, which I absolutely hate. If anyone knows me, I absolutely hate that. So then the waiter asked if we wanted desserts, and he said no. And I was like, oh yeah, no. And if anyone knows me, I always get dessert. I love dessert. I'm a massive dessert person. And it could have been that he wanted popcorn at the cinema. I don't know, but yeah, I wanted dessert. I was really looking forward to the cookie dough. So I didn't get dessert. And so we were literally in the restaurant for 40 minutes. And to me, that is not a date night meal. If we were going to be eating somewhere for 40 minutes, we might as well have gone to Subway next door or something and like saved a heck of a lot of money and probably had nicer food, because I hated mine, like I said. So then we went to the cinema, and I'm sure he told me it started at 6, which is fine. It started at 6:30, which then obviously didn't start till 7 because of adverts. And because we'd eaten so quickly, we had like nearly an hour to kill. Well, including adverts, it was like an hour and 15 minutes. So he went to the arcade, which is next door to the cinema, and I just said, well, why don't we go play a game of mini golf? And to be fair, mini golf was really fun. He was really competitive and said he was really good. So the goal was for him to get hole-in-ones and me not to get more than 5, which I thought both were a long shot. And I ended up beating him by, well, he did the maths and said it was by 3. But I'm pretty sure it was more because he got a few 7s and the highest I got was like 1 round of 5. So yeah, I felt quite smug about that part, because apparently he does mini golf and golf with his family and friends. So he goes quite often. I don't know, I seem to be fairly good at mini golf. I've been 3-4 times in the last 5 years, and I've won all bar one of them. But not by a good score, like not a great score at all, but yeah. So it was fun, like teasing him and like trying to be flirty at the golf, but the conversation at the meal was literally dead, because he was just like eating and then staring at me eating, and then that was it. So then we went to the cinema, and I knew this was going to happen because I'm just so knackered after night shifts. I've literally been on like night shifts all month. I think I've had 1 day shift in the last 4 weeks, and I've had 3 nights and then a day off and then a sleep day. No, then a sleep day and then a day off and then 3 night shifts. So I've not really recovered from my night shifts yet, and I pretty much slept throughout the whole film. So we went to watch Black Adam, and what I saw was really good, but it was obviously confusing because I was watching it and then I must have fallen asleep, and then the next thing I knew they were fighting, and then I must have fallen asleep, and then the next thing I knew it was the end. And then the parts that I was awake, I was like touching his knee and like touching his elbow, and like with my elbow and with my knee. not with my hand. And then like I had my hand out on my like lap and he didn't do anything. He talks during the movie. He sits like with his elbows right out on the seats. And what was the other thing he did? Yeah, he just didn't look at me once. Like I kept looking at him like, I don't know, nothing. So I just don't think there's any chemistry there. And the other dates that I've been on, they've always given me a hug at the end, and he didn't. Like, I was like, okay, thank you, and nothing. So I just don't feel any chemistry. And in all honesty, I can barely stay in contact with my friends that I've got at the moment. So I'm not really looking for another friend. He seems like a really nice guy, but I just don't think he's going anywhere. So I think tomorrow, well, maybe not tomorrow because I'm on shift. I've got 2 day shifts this weekend, so I'm working Saturday and Sunday. Maybe Monday, I'll message him and say, don't think this is working out. He might feel the same way, I don't know, but he seems very keen, and it's just a little bit not for me right now. Anyway, that is my date life. I'm going to tidy the kitchen and get ready for bed. I need an early night. It's already 9:30, so it's not going to be super early, but I'm going to try and get in bed by 10:30 and then asleep by 11. Like I said, I'm on day shifts now. I've actually only got day shifts for the next 3.5 weeks, which is absolutely lovely. I do have a week's annual leave in there. But yeah, hopefully I can get back to some sense of normality. And I haven't done like any master's work at all for 3-4 weeks. So I really need to catch up on that. But yeah. Is this normal dating life? I don't know. We'll see how the next one goes. I feel like I've not vlogged for ages. I've had a few busy work shifts and honestly not felt like doing much else. So yesterday I had a really chilled day, which was really lovely. I was going to do some of my uni work, and then I decided to start watching the first episode of House of the Dragons and literally binge watched the whole series. So I watched 10 episodes in like 11 hours or something ridiculous like that. Anyway, I am expecting my sofa delivered finally today. It was supposed to be delivered in September, then start of October, then a week later, and then they booked it for a Saturday when I was at work, so I had to rearrange it for today. And I have moved the furniture so that they can obviously get it in a little bit more easily, but they've just rung to say that they can't get down the estate. Like, I live on a crescent and people do park like either side of the road, but no one else has ever had an issue, and I've had quite a lot of stuff delivered. I've obviously had kitchen delivered in a big lorry. So I think they're just making an excuse. They said that they're here, but can't get onto the crescent at all, which is odd. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it arrives. Hopefully I can get the room like put back together and then finally take some pictures and do a bit of a room tour. Well, the sofa arrived not long after I recorded that last message, and then I quickly put the lounge back together, took some pictures, and then in all my excitement completely forgot to take any videos. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. It looks nice. I've now decorated for Halloween, so it obviously doesn't look how it would normally look, but it looks really cute. I'm quite happy with the little additions that I've got. I don't quite know what to do with one of the lights that I've picked, but I think I'm going to leave it for now. It looks okay. So I will show you decorating for Halloween. Anything for the last few days. I've actually not been feeling very well, so I did 3 long days in a row, which is a lot for me. I never usually do more than 1 long day, let alone 3. Felt fine, went to my cousin's because I ended up dropping my car off in the morning at the garage for its MOT and it failed. I went to pick it up and they said it's illegal to literally drive it at all so they would have to call the police if I did, which obviously I didn't want. So I left it there. My cousin picked me up from work, well, her husband did. Went to theirs for tea, which was actually really nice. And then I woke up on Saturday with a really bad sore throat and a headache, and I've basically just rested the last couple of days. The car is now fixed. Apparently the part that they overnighted on Saturday was not the right part, which is why it's had to wait until today, which is Monday, and today is also Halloween. So I am literally just heading out to pick the car up, and then I'm meeting a friend, well, David and Harriet, for tea, and then yeah, come back for some trick-or-treaters hopefully. I've got some sweets inside. I was considering leaving them outside, but I shouldn't be back later than sort of like 7:30, so hopefully I won't have missed too many. I'll be seeing them on the camera anyway, so we'll keep an eye. I can't believe how dark it is already. The clocks went back yesterday, so it's now like even darker, even earlier, which I never understand. But I've got my little devil's outfit in here to put on for when we go to the restaurant. I am currently sucking a strepsil, which is probably why I'm looking a little bit funny. But yeah, I'm getting an Uber to the garage, which should be here very soon. So I have picked up my car. I'm now at their flat because I'm not sure if we were meeting at Pizza Hut or meeting here. Because we were originally going to Pizza Hut on Saturday, and I'm not sure if they ended up going to Pizza Hut and now we're eating at theirs. I don't know. So I'm gonna message them in a minute and find out where they are, because I was just gonna come up and hang out with David before Harriet gets back. But it doesn't look like any lights are on, so maybe neither of them are in, which is odd. But yeah, picked up the car, got it back. Somehow it's managed to have like nothing wrong with it at all now. So last year it had like quite a few advisories, minor things that needed to be fixed, and this year apparently they've all gone, which I've not done anything to it, so I'm very shocked that they've all gone. One of them was the brakes, which have obviously been replaced because that was the reason it failed. But yeah, strange. So I have spent the day today going through my presentation for my Nightingale Fellowship. I haven't done much with it, to be honest, for the last couple of months. I've been busy with the house, and then everything at work has just been crazy stressful, so I've not actually been able to collect the data like I'd originally hoped. But I've made the presentation. I'm actually really happy with it, so I'll show you it quickly now. But yeah, I don't really know what to do, so I'm going to send out a questionnaire hopefully next week, and then I'll just kind of verbally say what the results are rather than add it into the presentation, because they need the presentation submitted by the 10th, and I'm on annual leave next week, so I'm not doing it next week. I've already told myself I'm not doing it. But yeah. I actually think I'm going to head to bed now. I am kind of all over the place this vlog, I think. I don't really know what I've recorded. I feel like I've recorded the odd clip over the last couple of weeks, but nothing like storytelling. So hopefully it's not been too confusing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll speak to you next time. Bye.